Hey Cancer, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for June the 10th to June the 16th. And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. I don't mind. And I'm going to start your reading right now for Cancer. I'm not going to say any more about that. So the first card you have for your past is the Devil. Yes, the horrible, old, ugly devil. And I've got his face covered. He's so ugly. So yeah, I'm actually seeing a lot of greed around this card, and sort of wanting to appear to be one thing, but the reality is another thing, hiding behind material things, all of that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm seeing some problems around money, some kind of denial around money as well. I don't think this is about you. I think this is about someone who's close to you. And they used to be a lot closer to you, I think, but I think things just got really out of control in their life. And I think, you know, they were kind of using people, they were doing all sorts of horrible things. Just because they had some kind of out of control money thing going on in their life, that's what I keep on seeing here. So, you know, I just think you couldn't stand by and watch this happen anymore. And it's a bit like addictive behavior. I don't know if they were gambling, but you know, they were definitely overspending, and I think nothing was ever enough. They were never satisfied. It's like this really greedy, big, fat devil. You know, he's big and fat, and he's just never satisfied. You know, there's nothing wrong with having ambitions and wanting to be in a better financial situation and, you know, working towards getting there. That's absolutely fine. That's what everyone tries to do, or just about. But what I'm seeing with this person is that they wanted everything now. They wanted everything quickly, and they wanted to show everyone they had everything right now. They wanted to show off. They were really, really doing whatever it was. You know, they were really spending beyond their means, and I keep on thinking, I keep on seeing gambling. It might not be that, but I keep on seeing chasing their tail, trying to kind of remake the money, trying to borrow, do all that kind of thing. And you know, they were just very impatient. They didn't want to work hard. They didn't want to save money, strategize, and do things that normal people do when they want something. They wanted it now. And that's what the devil's like. He wants it now. He's greedy. He's demanding. I don't know if they took out loans or that they couldn't afford to pay. It was something like that, I think. And I think in the beginning, you might not have realised this destructive behaviour was around them, or they were doing this. You might have even helped them out a bit financially before you realised this was happening. You know, but then you broke away from all of that. You realised this. And, you know, you weren't happy to break away. You were happy to break away from the behaviour, but you didn't want to break away from them, because I think deep down you do really care about them. So this was very hard for you, but you just couldn't be around this anymore. I think some people are still chained to this situation and this person, like these poor people in this card. Yeah, you weren't happy to walk away at all, but it was something you had to do. You had to do this. I don't think you've completely cut them off either, but you're definitely not a part of this anymore. This was like an escape. It wasn't like you happily walked away from them. It was like you had to escape this, and you had to stop watching this. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, so the next card you have your past is Judgment. Yeah, I think this person's still behaving in the same way. They probably have people around them. Again, I'm seeing these poor people that I'm seeing in the Devil card chained to them. I think they have these people who are kind of enabling this. I'm seeing a few people here, probably relatives, I think. But the only way they'll truly be able to get themselves out of this situation is if they see the reality of this. But if they have these people around them enabling them, they're not going to be able to do that. That's what I'm seeing. And, you know, they're actually scared. They're actually absolutely terrified of facing any of these things that they have to face, reality or evidence of anything. You know, I think they'd just be terrified if they had to face that. You know, what I mean by that, if someone were to show them a bank statement or something like that, it'd be the last thing they'd want to see. It'd be like showing them a horror movie. They just be too scared to even face. They might even be getting bank statements and ignoring them. You know, the emails come in or whatever, and they just kind of don't look at them. You know, again, while they still have these people around them enabling them, they're not going to change. They're just going to keep on doing whatever they're doing, but they can't go on like this forever. It's not sustainable. One day something big is going to happen and they won't be able to escape it. You know, they might lose their house, or they might lose their job, or you know, they might not be able to pay all their debts, and it's this big build-up of problems that they're ignoring, and they're not going to be able to escape this. You know, the trumpet's going to sound, and they'll have to do something. Look at the trumpet in this card. I hate to say this, but at the moment, this person's a real drain. They're a real drain on the people around them. But yeah, this has to happen eventually. They're going to have to face the reality of all of this at some time. I know this is specific, I know that, but if this is actually resonating with you, I know you want to see them get over this mess. I know you want to see them become a better person. I know you still care about them, but they're the only ones that can do this for themselves. And you've walked away, you know that, but there's still something in you that'd like to help them. That's what I'm seeing. I think they will eventually get out of this because of this shock. This card's a shock. This angel's blowing his trumpet. Everyone has to stand to attention when the trumpet blows. And they'll have to examine themselves. There's a family at the front of this card, and they're mirrored by the family at the back of the card. So they're going to have to look in the mirror and face themselves. And when they face themselves, they're going to have to be naked, not literally, but they're not going to have all these fancy things that they're trying to put around themselves. They're not going to have any fancy cars, fancy houses, clothes, designer things, anything. They're going to have nothing like these people who are naked, and there's not going to be anywhere for them to hide. That's what I'm seeing. I know that sounds really, really dramatic, but it is going to be dramatic for this person, and it's going to have to be something dramatic for them to wake up and stand up like these people in this card. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have your past is the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, look at this. This is why, or one of the reasons why, it's one of the reasons why you hate to see this sort of thing happen. You're a hard worker like the man on this card. You're careful with what you have, and everything they're doing goes against who you are. And so it's really, really hard for you to see this, and it's really hard for you to see them doing this to themselves. But, you know, and I think that's why you had to walk away. You just couldn't, no matter what you said, they were going to keep on going, so you had to just get away. That's what I'm seeing. The other thing I'm seeing here is, this is something that's quite interesting. I think someone's was thinking about you. I think they still are. And I think you are sensing somehow that they are thinking about you, not because of what they're sad, but I think you just know this. You're sensing this. You know this person's thinking about you. I think whoever this is might be deliberately staying out of everyone's way, especially yours, I think. It might be an ex. It might be someone who's just trying to distance themselves from everything and everyone that they used to be around. They're trying to concentrate on themselves. They're trying to concentrate on their work and everything else in their lives and build themselves up. But, you know, they're trying to do that, but they're thinking about you. And I think they're thinking about a specific thing, actually. I think, you know, this is going to sound really strange, but I have to say this. This is something that someone said to them. Someone said something to them, and it was something about you, I think. So, okay, I'll say that again because I messed that up. Not something said someone. Someone said something to them about you. I hope that makes sense. Now, what they said to them is a positive thing, and they really respect this person that said this to them. They really trust this person. And this is a very small thing they said. It might not be any more than 4 words, but these words are kind of going around and around and around in this person's head. I'm seeing the same thing repeating over and over and over again in this person's head. They're trying to concentrate on themselves, they're trying to concentrate on their own life, but they've got these words going around in their head. That's what I'm seeing. It's a little bit like these coins, you know, they're all exactly the same. This man's doing the same thing over and over again. So these words are repeating over and over again. That's what I'm seeing. I think this person has some regrets as well. But the main thing on their mind is what this person said to them. You know, I don't want to go on about this for too long, but I think when they first heard this thing, someone said something to them. When they first heard this, I think they either ignored this, or they tried to ignore this, or they dismissed it, or whatever. But then I think they gradually started to realize that what this person said was true. And so that set them thinking, maybe that's true. Maybe I thought this horrible thing about them, but actually that might not be true. Maybe this thing's true. Maybe that means that what happened then was this. And it kind of, it's kind of started off this whole chain of events in their head. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I think this is probably still on their mind right now. And I think it's going to be on their mind for a long time as well, because this is the 8. This is the 8 of Pentacles. 8 is infinity. So this is going to be on their mind for a long time, going around and around. I hope that makes sense to you. That's what I'm seeing there. Also, I think because of that, it's like a circle. It's going to spin around and around and around until eventually it turns into a wheel, and then they come toward you and they start to talk to you. That's what I think is gradually going to happen, but it's going to take time. So the first card you have for your present is the 4 of Wands. Fantastic card. I think you also have this person's family on your side, this person in the 8 of Pentacles. Not that there are any sides, but I think maybe someone in your family, or I think it's someone in their family. Someone in their family might have been the one who said these positive things around you. So their family used to really like you, and they probably still do. So someone in their family might have said this thing to you. I'm seeing this specific person who said this, and I think this is a male who said this to them. But they're going to have to work through this, and they're going to have to think through this themselves. I also think there was a lot that happened between you, and you're definitely going, you're not just going to jump back into things with them again when they do come back and talk to you. So it's going to take time for them to come to you, and then it's going to take time for you to get back into things with them again, if that's what you decide to do. The big message I keep on seeing here is that if you know who this person is, and if they seem quiet, and if they're staying out of the way, not really talking to anyone, it's not because they don't want to talk to you. It's because they're thinking about this thing that was said, and as a result, they're thinking about you. But they're trying to clear all of this up in their head. They're working through this in their head. Now, I'm not saying you're going to do this, but this is just a warning. Don't come forward and say anything to them at this time. They need to work through this by themselves. So just stand back from them at this time and just let this happen all naturally. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your present is Strength. Yeah, this is just showing me a similar thing really in this card, so I'll probably just be brief on this card. So yeah, the woman on this card, you can see her, she's taming the lion. She's not trying to force it or control it in any way. She's being kind, she's being calm, and it's like she knows the best way to get what she wants is to just hold back and let things happen at the right time. So, again, you're going to get some kind of communication from this person, whether it's getting back together with them or whether you just want to be friends. You're going to decide that, or whether it's just getting some kind of closure. One of these things is going to happen, and again, it's going to happen gradually, so just sit back and let this happen. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the last card you have your present is the Emperor. Yeah, I think this is about you, and I think this is about you having to be strong and having to stick to what you believe in. And this, yeah, this is about this devil situation again, I think. You're not going to be connecting with this devil person directly at this time. You might in the future, but not now. I think some of the people who are around them are probably going to come into contact with you soon. Now, you're going to have to be really careful around this. You're going to have to be really careful to make sure you're not drawn back into all of this again. And you're also going to have to be really careful to guard against this, but also you're going to have to be really careful with the way you go about this, because these are good people. So it's not that you want to stay away from them. They're just caught up in this other person's crazy, destructive life. So what I'm seeing is they're actually quite upset about this, and they're worried as well. And I think they're going to want to come to you to try to get some advice or to get you to help in some way. Now, you're going to have to try to stick to your beliefs in a very hard line way. And you're also going to have to try to be, kind and understanding, because, just remember, you helped this person once and they're in the position that you were in once. So you're going to have some understanding toward them. So yeah, this is going to be a really delicate operation, but you're going to have to stand your ground, but you're going to have to be quite kind and gentle and understanding toward those people as well. I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the first card you have for your futures, the Five of Pentacles, yes. So yeah, again, this devil situation, it keeps on coming up. I can't help it. So, this is a big, big thing that's going on. Yeah, what I'm seeing is that these people around them just don't realise that they're not helping them. And I think it's up to you to tell them when they do come and talk to you that they have to be very careful around this person. They're going to have to stop helping them, or they're going to be dragged down with them. That's what I'm seeing you're going to have to talk to them about in a very kind, very careful way, I think. I mean, if you look at the boy on this card, he's obviously on crutches. So this person's using the people around them as a crutch. And yeah, it works initially, but after a while, these people aren't going to be able to hold up this person anymore. So again, if they're not careful, things are going to start to go in the opposite direction. Instead of holding them up, they're going to be pulled down. So again, try and explain this to these people when they come and talk to you. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. They might choose not to listen to you. I don't know. But at least if you talk to them, you've tried. So try your best if this resonates. But if they don't want to listen, they don't want to listen. It is what it is. You can't really do much about it, but try your best. That's all I can see that you can really do. So the next card you have for your futures, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I'm seeing a really clear message here. Watch your own money as well, whatever you do. Now, they're not going to steal from you. I'm not seeing that. But again, don't get drawn back into any of this person's stories or anything they have to say. I know this is hard, but what I'm seeing is this devil person, I'm not saying they're the devil, but I'm just describing them as that, because that's the person I'm seeing in that card. So they're going to start to look around for more support, I think, at some time soon. They're going to say, okay, I've used up those people. Who else is around? Who else can help me? Who else can I tap in for some money? That's what I'm seeing. I know that sounds fairly harsh. That's what I'm seeing. Please, please stay away from this person. You don't want to end up like these poor people in the Five of Pentacles yourself. If you do want to talk to this person, because I know you still care about them, the best thing you can do to help them is to give them advice, maybe even help them with some other resources like phone numbers where people can help when people are in debt or something, whatever. But please, whatever you do, protect your money. Look at this queen. Look how she's taking care of this coin. It's like a baby almost. Take care of your money like the queen is taking care of this coin. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the last card you have for your future is the Two of Wands. So yeah, the Two of Wands is obviously halfway to the Four of Wands, and yes, I'm good at maths, I know. And and the Four of Wands is obviously about pure happiness, coming to the finish line, celebrations, and all of that. And a lot of the time, this card's about love, the Four of Wands. So I think this person in the Eight of Pentacles will be around probably halfway toward making a decision about what they're going to do about this and about you, and how they're going to come to you and how they're going to approach you. They are definitely going to come toward you. They're definitely going to approach you. I can see that. But again, this is happening really slowly, and that's what I was seeing in the Strength card. So, you know, but even though you know this is going to happen, make sure you're not just sitting around thinking about them and thinking about what they're doing and all of that. You have a lot to do, you have a lot to achieve for yourself, so please focus on that. Focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on your own life. If and when they're ready, they'll either join you or they'll try and find some kind of closure or whatever they're going to do. But until then, and even after then, whatever happens, concentrate on you, concentrate on your goals, concentrate on yourself, and overall protect your money and protect yourself. That's what I'm seeing. So Cancer, I hope this resonated, but general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do, and thank you so much for watching.